Hello students, welcome to the next session of your online classes. In this session, we are starting with a new chapter, that is your function overloading. Now, before moving on to your overloading part, let us understand what a function is. You already know about this. Function is nothing but a module, that is a smallest individual unit of the program is known as a module, and the other name for this module is your function. Now, why do we need this function? What is the need of function? Before going to that, when we are saying a function, you are using a smaller part of the unit is known as a function. Sometimes two or more functions may perform a same type of a job. So instead of giving different names to that, we can name all the functions with the same name. Then compiler differentiates each and every function with the help of the function signature. We'll come to know what a function signature is later. Now, function overloading is a part of the concept of polymorphism. Now, why do you need this function overloading? As we said, C++ allows us to have multiple functions with the same name, but they may have different number of arguments and type of arguments. The function overloading reduces the number of comparisons. It reduces the number of comparisons in a program, and it makes the execution faster, and also it makes the task easy. These are the advantages. That is why there are the advantages. So we need your function overloading. That means the programmer can declare and define the functions with different parameters, and the compiler will automatically select the particular function based on the number of arguments and type of arguments for that function call. Now, as I said, the function definition of the function, we'll go to the next part, that is definition and declaration of overloaded functions. The definition of the function mainly requires the number of arguments, the types of arguments, and the type of return value. As we said, a function declaration are specified for a single function name in the same scope. Then the function is said to be overloaded. It allows the function to have the same name if it can differentiate them by the number of arguments and the type of arguments. Now, in simple, the definition for function overloading, you can give it as a function overloading when two or more functions share the same name but with different number of arguments and the type of arguments, then they are called as overloaded functions. Or in simple terms, if two or more functions share the same name but with different function signatures, then they are called as overloaded functions. Now, for example, float sum, float A, float B, float C, int sum, integer x and integer y. These are the declarations for two different functions, but remember, you have the same function name. This part we call it as your function signature. So you can have the, here in the first declaration, you are finding the sum of 3 variables A, B and C, but all these are of the data type float. The second function declaration is also used to find the sum, but of the variables X and Y of the data types integer. That is, the data type is different in this function and in this function. They are not the same. And also you are using 3 variables. Number of variables is 3 and here the number of variables is 2. That means that is what we are saying. The arguments and the type of the arguments and the number of arguments are different in these 2 functions. But the function name is the same. This is what you mean by a function overloading. So the argument list of a function, the argument list of a function is known as a function signature. Okay, so if 2 or more functions are having the same name and different number of arguments and the types of arguments, then the concept of function overloading is used. For function overloading, we need to declare and define all the functions with the same name and with different function signatures. Now, syntax for your declaration. How do you declare? So you already know, return type, function name and argument list. Give the statements. It can be a single one or a multiple statements also. Then again, return type, function name, argument list, statements. Remember, in the above syntax, all the overloaded functions must have the same function name and must differ in your function signatures. This is your function name and this is your function signature. This is what is your declaration and the definition part is. Now, if you want to give an example for this, we are saying int sum, int A, int B, and then again float sum, float A, float B, float C, and again double sum, double A, float B. Now see here, the function name is the same for all the 3. The return type specifiers are different for all the 3. And here you have 2 variables, here 3 variables, and here again 2 variables. But the data type here is of both are of int. Here one is double and one is float. And here it is float. So all the function signatures are different from one another. So this means that it is function is overloaded. Now, how are you going to call a overloaded function? Calling overloaded functions. You know about the calling function and the called function. So overloaded functions are invoked or called just like other functions. The number and the type of arguments will determine which function you should call. The compiler automatically understands this. Now, for example, you have int sum, int A, int B, then float sum, float A, int B. Remember, this is the function signatures are different in both these declarations. Then double sum, float X, float Y, double Z. Now the different function calls, how are you going to use? Now if I say sum 5 and 10. Right? Which function will it call here now among these three? Is this or this or this? It is the function call is sum 5 and 10. The function name followed by the argument. If you remember the how to make the function call, sum 5 and 10. Now, what is the data type of 5? Integer. What is the data type of 10? An integer. So which function, which here among these three, which is the declaration which contains both the data type as an integer? The first one. So this particular one is called. That is the function called with 2 integer arguments. Now if I give the function call as sum 5.25 comma 16, then which will it call? This is your which value? Yes, first is your float value and the second is your integer. So this is the next one. This float sum, this is the float value and this is your integer value. And if I say sum the 3 values and 6. Now here this is the third one. Okay, this is how your function is called. Now what are the advantages of function overloading? Why do you need the function overloading? The function overloading exhibits the type. Exhibits a type of polymorphism which helps you to get different behavior from the same person. You can if a same person is acting in different formats, different forms, then it is an advantageous. You need to pay less, more entertainment with a single person, all those things, right? In a similar way, it exhibits can get different behavior, and the multiple functions can share the same name. A constructor overloading helps to create objects differently in a different way, and a compiler need not search for different function names. Those perform similar kinds of jobs because you have a simple, its searching will become easier. So those are the advantages. Now what are the disadvantages or restrictions? Any two functions in a set of overloaded functions must have, really this is important, it must have different argument list. And then overloading functions with argument list of the same type and the same number with different return value indicates incorrect declaration of the second statement. Now for example, integer sum int x int y, float sum int a. Now the type def does not define new data types. They introduce synonyms for the existing type. They do not affect the overloading mechanism. Now see what happens here. Return type specifier is different, function name is the same, int and int, int and int. So you cannot have this. So this is what you mean by your same argument list. That means that it is not overloaded. So this is your disadvantage of your function overloading. So shall we continue with this session or go for the next session? I think we'll stop with this session now. Thank you.